we had a situation, so we're all sick. Um, I know no one's really here yet. So yeah, we just want to hang out with the chat and talk today. All of our children are sick. We uh, we have Vampirina and our children in the background, as I said earlier, and we are stocked up on Mexican Coca-Cola without the cocaine. It's the original formula, I believe, but without the cocaine. Um, Fortunately and unfortunately, depending on who you are. This is why I sound like this. I'm very sick.
Alright, you good? You got your blank?
So Najla's helping William with xylitol pops and take two. Yeah, yeah. We're trying to figure out how these mics work. And
Okay.
oh, is it back? Can you guys tell me? Yo, good morning, you guys. All right, so I'm really sick. I'm just gonna keep saying it as people come in. I'm really sick, so I don't know if this isn't even listenable or whatever. But we just want to talk and hang out and make some friends. As the way it's going digitally nowadays. So that's why we're doing this here. So we really want to get to know you guys and just meet some people. A little static is all. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, Najee.
Hmm? Yeah?
Is your is
Yeah.
Can I see your thing? Is it? Oh, is it on? Oh, okay. All right. Tell me, can y'all put a 9 in the chat if you can hear this mic, and put an 11 in the chat if you can hear this mic. Thank you, SFE. So no 11. Oh wait, was this 9 and was this 11? All right, so one of them is working. So yeah, we've been. Oh my god, my son just had dental surgery. He's been weaning off of not weaning off, weaning on to xylitol lollipops, which they sell in Walmart now. I don't know if you guys know that. Cool. Um, I don't know if you guys know they sell xylitol lollipops at Walmart nowadays. Xylitol is like really good for your teeth. So, and children are obsessed with candy. So, we stock up on as much candy as we possibly can. That's it's like sugar free and xylitol laden, and so we're all doing that, and yeah, just being sick sucks, dude. It sucks so bad. It's that time of year, I guess. So yeah, man. Now we had a bunch of stuff to talk about today. I don't know how long we're gonna go. Najla's helping the children right now, trying to get them situated. Um, yeah, we've had so much work to do. I'm so exhausted, and then we get sick, and we can't really miss work. And children, you can't really miss as a job. So it's just been an exhausting time. We'd love to hear from anyone in the chat what it's been like for you guys and how life has been for y'all. I was gonna name this stream "What is this place?" Because when I start getting sick like this, I start to like doubt everything good, and lean into everything bad, and be like, this place is darker." Okay, darker than I typically feel it is when I'm sick. But it's that time of year, I guess. Um, yeah, so I'm really sorry if I'm just bothering y'all because I'm sick. Static probably because I got the other mic in my hand. I'm sorry. So I can talk for about an hour and then my voice is like completely gone. So whatever you guys want to talk about, this is just gonna be basically another hangout test stream. Um, I've got a lot of notes and stuff to talk about and like really cool things I want to talk about. I just don't know how deep I can get into it. And I can't do any impressions or any. I can't even do my regular voice. It's pretty bad. It sucks, dude. I hate being sick. I hate it. It's the worst. It's absolutely the worst. I want to know more. 8140. Hope all is having a wonderful day so far. Me too, man. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I got a video recommendation a couple days ago, and it was from someone who said, I can't stand people anymore. And I'm like, oh, I can kind of, I can relate to that in certain ways. Like as you get older, you see patterns of certain people, and it just gets tiring. People, play high school games all the way till they die, and like at work, and like just play, just like weird mind games, and people are, nice to you during shift, and then when you leave, like, they roll your eyes at you walking out the door type thing. And, that happens to everyone. Unfortunately, like people are on the clock with their personality as much as they are with their employment, things like that. So that's what this guy was talking about in the video, and about how fake he thinks everything is. And I was like, yeah, and it sounds like Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye. Like people are, really masked up in terms of their personality. And then as I get older, I'm like, well, I kind of understand doing that as well, because you show too much of yourself to people. You don't know other people, and so many people are looking for a linchpin that they can pull if they need to, especially like it does seem more like that. I'm not nihilistic, but in the workplace, it does seem kind of more like that. Um, you know, people less is more. Yeah, yeah. I really value my alone time, and then when I have too much of it, I'm like, man, I need the connection, and then quickly the battery runs out, and it's just this back and forth. And anyways, this video that popped up on my thing was just like how this guy can't stand people. And I see more and more stuff like that. Like people talking about just dissociating from society. And these are regular people, not like homesteader conspiracy, like I'm done with society type people. They're just regular people. I mean, those are everyone's regular. You get it. They're just the more norm that you come across are starting to say these things. And then it got to the middle of the video, and the guy was like, "Yeah, I can't stand people. Like, I'm at the point where if people tell me to have a good day, I'm like, don't tell me what to do. Like, don't tell me what to do, bro. I'll have whatever day I want." Like, and that's when I was like, "Oh man," because I tell people that, and I genuinely, sometimes, and I genuinely want them. I want everyone to have a good day. You know, if we all had good days, that'd be great, right? I think everyone else would have a good day as well. Um, but now, this dude was talking about how he's at the point where he's like, he gets mad if people talk to him. Never mind if they start small talk. And then he said he really gets upset if people telling him have a good day or have a nice day or wonderful day. So, um, bro, I'm really sick. Again, I'll just keep saying that. So I'm a little delirious and my voice is all jacked up. Um, haven't been sick in a while, but Najla and I just wanted to hang out. The children are really sick now too. So she's helping them right now. But we yeah, so yeah, anyone in the chat, how are you guys feeling? You guys sick? God man, you make me feel bad. No one else is sick. All right, well, that's all right. Um, so Damn. This might be a very short stream. Nope. Good. Good. Farm Up Family. That's awesome. I remember you Farm Up Family from Instagram a couple years ago. I hope you're doing well. That's good. All right. So whatever we're gonna give this up. We like I said, we have a ton of stuff to talk about, but like all written for today before we got sick, and we want to talk about it, but everyone in our house is sick, so it's like there's a lot going on. I know I just keep repeating myself, but what do you guys want to talk about today? Oh, I'll talk about this. So I tried to. I wanted to know why, like, the the latest Murder Dome video that we made, like, I really like for personal reasons, and it's kind of like suited to me and what I like, um, which I think is what everyone should do. But I tried, like, looking at the analytics, and they just stopped dead in their tracks after like 2 days, and then it's like a slow trickle upwards. And I just always try to figure out like why do some videos that I make that like I'm like, oh, I don't even like this, but let's put it up and see how it does, and it does really well. And then other videos where like I'm ecstatic about it for my own reasons, I guess. Like typically, those are the ones that get stopped dead in their tracks. And like the analytics for that's how it was for the most recent Murder Dome. So I was just trying to figure it out. So trying to figure out I don't monetize anything. But I looked into promoting videos, and had our video like reviewed to see if it was able to be promoted, why the algorithm like won't touch it even for people that are subscribed. And it I got a message from Google back saying that it violates laws trying to influence Israeli elections or American elections. And that's what they said about the most recent Murder Dome video. Um, so I don't understand that at all. So I would love y'all's input about. I know some videos just don't catch, and what some people like, other people's don't. That's okay. But that's what they wrote back to me is like it was about the video is involved with influencing Israeli and or American election cannot be promoted. So I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know I was doing that. um, so there's nothing really I can do now. It's just dead in the water. Taking tried thyroid and it's worked. I haven't even heard of that. Okay. High, very high, but not the most high, with a firm amen. Lord Racer. Damn, that was a very calculated comment, bro. High, very high, but not the most high. So you're high right now. That's what I get from that first. But then the second part is but not the most high. So then I think now it's a religious thing that you're just confirming you're not God. And then with a firmament, which means strong mind. But you capitalize the amen in firmament. That's a thought out comment, Lord Racer. Farm Up Family. Someone said OTW. I guess I'm not seeing everyone in the chat. Oh, what's up? Hey, OTW. Yeah, OTW. I saw you playing guitar the other night on the link that you sent, or the channel you sent. I went to. I was a little too late to it, but I looked through it and I saw you playing guitar. That was cool, man. That was cool. Again, I'm just really sick. I can't believe 8 people are sticking around to just hear me be sick. That's so cool. That's awesome. So yeah, today we were gonna talk about. Let's see. We were gonna talk about the homeopathy scam. I thought that was pretty cool. What's up, Trisha? Good to see you as always. Um, yeah, the homeopathy thing was so interesting because it's what a way to make money, like diluting medicine in the name of making it stronger. Is the silliest, but it's so silly that it's one of those things where it makes people like it's so uncomprehendable that the more you dilute something, the stronger it will get. And it's like, why is that the case? So it's like, well, you have to believe in a spiritual way, like the power of water to hold memory, which I again, like everything has truth to it. And the Dr. Emoto, flash freeze scans of thoughts, in water molecules and all that, and how hate produces a pretty ugly asymmetrical pattern, and geometrical patterns of like ice crystals are formed, perfectly and beautifully. And when they're prayed over, or just a good word is written on a jar. People do the rice experiment. I always thought that was really cool, a really good way to just show, at the very least, like children, how your words and your thoughts can affect something or someone. We were all raised with like sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me when I. And I think that's like cool in terms of, like trying to tell people that you shouldn't let words hurt you because you shouldn't, right? And all that. But the rice experiment is like it is pretty interesting. And I'm sure everyone already knows about that. You write something on a jar, something negative on a jar of rice, and then you have another jar and you write something positive on it, and you just put them away for a couple weeks. And 9 out of 10 times, the one with negative intent, turns moldy and black and gross all quick, and then the one with good intent um, has has is typically much less aging, if any at all, and it just stays preserved, and therefore it lives longer. So we do that with our children. It's a very cool experiment. So that is when I get into like, okay, so homeopathy. So once you grasp that, it's easier to be like, oh, okay, so homeopathy, right? It carries intention, it carries the weight of the original idea, and that's what the water is supposed to do. Is you're supposed to put a small amount of a tincture or some type of concentrated medicine into and mixed with a lot of water. And the more you dilute it, the more powerful it gets, they say. And I just thought that's so silly, and so funny because it's just not true. If you can do it with allopathic medicine as well. If you're diluting antibiotics to the 100th degree or whatever, it's not going to be effective if you have an infection or anything like that. It's just not. You need to take the proper dose at the proper times and the right increments, and finish the full dose and make sure it's all into you. So yeah, but they make so much money. Like think about making one tincture and diluting it 100 times, 100 times, one small tincture, and then selling it, for even more than the original tincture would go for. I mean, you're just making a killing. You know, it's just amazing that people even do it. Less is more. I agree, Callum. Less is more. You know, eh, less is more sometimes with certain things. I totally agree with that. Like it can be more effective to take a smaller amount of something. But the diluted version, like 100 times diluted, that just blows my mind. Like to dilute something 100 times. See, Trisha in the chat said that's crazy because I know for a fact she makes stuff. She makes like tinctures and stuff like that, and she sent me what she makes, and she sends me like ice. She uses menthol crystals and oils and things like that to make good like pain relief, like icy hot, like natural icy hot, and it's incredible. And if you only have a little bit of it mixed into like lotion, it doesn't matter. And then homeopathy people would be like, well, because lotion's not magical like water, you know. But again, it's the same point. Like it just doesn't, it's just not the same. Like you're just making a killing off water. It's fascinating, and it does seem like that's kind of the world we live in. Like, like they put a little bit of meat, like the drug you put into your dog food. Like you put this little pill and wrap it in, all this basically filler, even though the drug is technically physically the filler. Um, and you're getting it, but it just tastes like the shit it's wrapped in. And if you're going for taste, it's not great. So like most content in music nowadays, and I sound like they get off my lawn, dude. A lot of people do now, because things have just changed so quickly. Um, but I just it's the same thing to me. It's just a bunch of filler. Homeopathic medicine is just a bunch of filler, and it's just very interesting. And I think that gives a bad name to like herbs and salicin and whatever, that it comes from white willow bark that they synthesized aspirin with, and hawthornberry and bilberry and uh, all these different wonderful things that come out of the ground. Aloe, and then you got poison ivy, though. You got things that can hurt you but have their own purpose. But they all have their thing. And just diluting anything, I think, is so silly. And it just seems like when I like experience life, it seems like everything is like that lately. Shows and songs and everything might give you a little bit of meat, but the rest of it's like all filler. So I'm always trying to find the filler, and I'm sick again. For anyone that's just new here, I'm rambling, and I'm really sick. So I'm just doing my best here. Today's not going to have good presentations. Different types of dried organs you can take. They plan on banning the use of thyroid under the guises of it being used as a performance enhancing drug in the US. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's an organ from, yeah. What animal are what thyroid is it? What is it from? I'd love to know that. That was kind of the thing with cell salts too, Callum Wilkinson says. They all come in homeopathic, not just the pure salts. Yeah, yeah, and like it's a clear difference. Anyone that's tried beef or pig. Okay, cool, cool. Anyone that's tried um, like something that has a strong effect but it's natural and it's an herb that has like kind of an immediate strong effects. Take something like that is known to have strong effects and then used by allopathic medicine. That way we can get everyone on board for agreeing that there are medicinal aspects to nature, right? And it's not all chemical, lab synthesized chemical. Pharma family, looking at every tribal people, they all eat meat, right? And they're herbal and herbally medicinal as well. I think that's interesting. Like I said earlier, I like to watch homeopathy people argue with like herbalist people online, and then they come together to argue the allopathic people. But again, I think there's slivers of good in all of it, and rubbish in all of it as well. Like it's just you know just like some meat tastes like like this was meant to be cooked, and I'm sure there's meat that's like no. And then you can get into things like veal. It's all a very ethical situation with it, but at the end of the day, animals are eating animals. So what is that about? You know? And then we're going back to, well, animals didn't used to eat animals. They just used to hold hands and kumbaya and like pet each other and shit. And it's like, well, some animals still do that. Like some animals that are different species are still very loving towards each other, you know? And but no, I think it's instinctive for like lions and polar bears to like mark people and deer and stuff. I think they're definitely programmed. I don't think it took Eve eating a pomegranate at the wrong time because of lack of awareness to all of a sudden change the programming and nature of a lion. Yeah, I don't know, but if someone can change my mind, that would be awesome. Just to make sense of any of it, because it feels also contradictory at this point. I raw meat also. Wow, I'm not that hardcore. I don't do that. I ate undercooked pork once and I thought I was dying. It was like I could feel every cell of my body like ripples like going under my skin, like from the top of my body to the bottom of my body. It was like the worst experience. I thought I was gonna die. I was just apologizing because I just didn't want to die. Like food poisoning might be worse than like drug withdrawal or way worse. No, see, okay, so JJ, I fast all the time. I still fast. I go periods without eating meat. I go periods without taking any toxins in. Um, I've gone long periods without eating meat. And some people talk about like the blood types, um, and how different blood types like different things. But someone, and work well with certain things and others don't. And but someone I know who's a vegetarian, I have the same blood type as them, and they said because of their blood type, they can't handle meat. But if I get kind of weak and unhealthy if I go a very long period of time without eating meat, and we have the same blood type, so it's just I don't know. Who knows? And that's why religion is so man. It can be used any which way, and it can really muddy waters sometimes, regardless of how you feel about it. It is it is the case. It's like, okay, well, let's say it's about blood types. Let's say you can't handle meat because you're, type O or you're type B. And, I don't know what the specifics are for people that believe that. But let's say that's the case. And then like religion comes in and it's like, well, this bloodline is cursed. So maybe it's drawn back to that. And it all just becomes a maybe type. Well, maybe this, maybe that. I just want to know, you know, I just want to know like what the deal is. Raw milk and eggs instead of meat. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah. See, JJ, she said, I helped them with their boga and they fasted for 5 days when they were tripping. Well done, first of all. That's awesome.
Awesome. You're incredible.
If you did that and that for that long, I consider that true fasting because I consider that extreme fasting because it's a blood purifier and an ultimate detoxifier. Unless you're saying you don't count that as true fasting because it's an assister, like it's an assistance to the fasting, and it strengthens your willpower, maybe. And so, is that why you don't consider that true fasting? And it's a psychedelic stimulant as categorized by the government. So, and stimulants make you less hungry. So maybe that's why you feel that way. But well done. I would love to hear more about your Iboga experience. JJ, I feel like you're just using a different account, and I know exactly who you are, and I just don't recall JJ. Yeah, 10 days, nothing compares. Yeah, I did Iboga for 10 days. Yeah, I ate on the 10th day. I did finally eat. I drank a lot of liquids throughout, but I was so
I mean, there's people who've done. I don't know if they were
I
like
lost
exaggerating, but isn't there people who've done 40 days?
on Iboga.
No, not on a. Oh, you're saying it is way more intense with Iboga. That's
No,
true.
well, yeah, we were talking about fasting, but now they're talking about
But
the
people have
Iboga.
just straight fasted for 40 days.
Oh
Just-
yeah, apparently, yeah. I worked with a guy who drank vinegar and water for 30 days. He didn't do 40, but it
Whoa,
was 30 days
that's
straight
impressive.
with no food. He lost a lot of weight. But the 10 days I did Iboga, I lost about 15 pounds maybe by the end of it.
Oh
I
yeah,
was like sticks and bone. Like I was
you
like
were basically
bones.
NDEing. Like
Yeah.
you were in between.
Do you want to tell him about like so? She would come in at night, and I would be laying in the bed. And what did you say? My eyes. What did it look like when I would, like and I.
You want me to express this?
I just meant about the eyes, about how
They would be looking all over the place.
right, but I will like it feels like
You
you're
had a
not
very
in the room.
childlike very innocent.
Well, because I see it as I was looking at everything I was dreaming. It's like when you watch someone dreaming, you see
Yes,
their
you were
eyes moving
looking at
around.
stuff.
But my
Yeah.
eyes were open. So it's so weird, man. It's such a mysterious tree. It's so cool. I could talk about it for days and days and days.
Yeah.
But we don't need to keep doing that. That's what I eat. I've already talked a lot about it. But we can if you want. If you guys want to tell me your experiences with it. I know that's why a lot of people started um, shopping with us and all that, which we really appreciate. Um, we got a customer back that we really liked. She was really cool, and from the jump, and she was really supportive. She I love our CBD oil. It's the most concentrated CBD oil you can get,
Yeah. It's so
and
good.
none of this medical advice or sales pitch or anything like that. But it's I just am proud. I'm proud of certain things that I really tried to put effort into, because this lady used to buy Best Earth and CBD oil from us a lot, and we got did consultations with her and everything, and she was really cool. And then all it took was, and this is why I get really careful with people,
Mm-hmm.
no matter who you are, like, and because I don't know what's gonna set someone off. But we sent an email out, and it was, like, surely now the rain has gone, some type of like John Fogerty, you know, song title or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a video link under for a video we made.
Mm-hmm.
And we put a rainbow emoji because it was like the rain is gone or something.
Yeah.
It was something to do with like clear skies or whatever.
Yeah. And if you're a Bible believer, rainbow is hope.
It's
It's
just
like,
crazy. This lady,
God's never gonna drown us again. It's
this
like good stuff, right?
great, right? But now she didn't talk to us for 2 years, cut us off. So I'm never shot. I can't remember exactly, but I remember this. She's like, I didn't know that you and your wife are both trans, and that
She went crazy. Like,
and
she was like,
and now
God's gonna punish us.
No, she's saying, no, word for word, she said, God spared you when he should have, and that was the word for it. But then after that, she said something along the lines of like, when you should have been destroyed or something, and all this stuff. And I was like,
yeah, the trans thing came out of nowhere.
Well, it was all over the rainbow emoji
Just
that I
because of
put
the
it,
rainbow emoji.
and it wasn't a personalized email; it was a mass email. I can't remember exactly what it was about, but we used the rainbow emoji, and just people. This one person lost her shit, and she didn't. She was really mad at us and was sending us like terrible emails. And then all of a sudden, like a month ago, she came back, and I was like, wow. And she's placing orders with us again, and
JJ would love to share his story sometime. I would
Oh, yeah?
love to hear your journey, JJ. Thank you so much. I
the
would
rainbow.
love to hear about it. Said he's been through a
But it'd
crazy
be you,
journey.
Sarah Breslin. The rainbow got hijacked. Like, I totally agree. If you let it get hijacked in whatever way, like if I start a death metal band, you know, and I use the rainbow, I need a better example. If I start a dog fighting underground dog fighting club, and I'm using a rainbow as the logo, that doesn't that you should be able to choose whether that affects how you feel about this natural occurring thing.
Yes.
Like a
It
rainbow.
is a naturally occurring, beautiful thing.
So it's cool. All right. It's cool to see people come back and grow over, especially things like that. Man.
JJ, you should definitely email us.
Yeah, JJ, send us an email.
Yes, I want to hear your story.
Yeah, Trisha too has a great story. I still haven't heard the full thing. Everyone has such a different experience on it. And I was listening to this video the other day, this audiobook. Someone was saying, never share your like the methods that worked for you for life-changing things, because it's also individualized, and you'll gain so much. If you gain support, that's rare, but you'll mostly gain like
critics.
You'll never be able to explain the way something smells to someone who doesn't have a sense of smell. Like it just,
Yeah.
if they've never smelled anything, like
And not only that, everybody has a different intake on how they perceive things.
yeah.
And we've always said that it's different for everybody. We will never tell you that this is across the board. It's
And there's
never like
so
that.
many scam
Everybody's
art.
different. Your
there-
experience might be completely different.
Yeah, and there's so exactly right, and there's so many scam artists out there that are so good at telling you what you want to hear. And
Mhm.
honestly, what I experienced on Ibogaine is exactly what I would want to hear if
Right.
someone was selling me on
Yeah.
something like that. But it was like that for me. But that's why I don't even talk about it in detail like that anymore, because I realized maybe I should have never talked about it. Like it was for me. And it was my experience, and I'm sure I painted myself as crazy in a lot of
It
people's
just
eyes.
helped us so much, like the transformation. We just wanted to help people.
I genuinely feel guilty if
and we
when
thought
I-
we were gonna help people, and it and
Well,
we
we
and, like,
did.
we did help.
certain people.
Yeah, we did help certain people.
But the majority
But
of
you
that
can't help
of
everybody.
right, and the thousands of people that heard it, a very small percentage went down that road. I'm sure,
Yeah.
it was like hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm of the thought that everybody should take responsibility for their own decisions and what they choose.
Also, I didn't create the tree, so blame the tree for these crazy stories and things like that. But yeah, I had no reason to lie about it to make myself look crazy. I couldn't even fathom that anyone would make something up like that until I started coming across all these internet cult leaders and all the stories they have, and all this obvious bullshit. Then I go back and watch my stuff and be like, oh, okay, all right. I still approve of the way, because I was so sincere about trying to translate what I had experienced,
Yeah.
which was as real as this life. But it's hard. It's hard to translate.
I think you
And
translated
also-
it so well. Like on the recording that you do have
Thank
on our
you.
website, we do still have like the first time you shared that story. I think it's like
Yeah, on the What We Do page on our website, we have all of
Yeah,
our
truth
herbal
resonates through
videos
it.
and interviews and things like that.
Hi,
Oh.
Nachiketa.
Oh, what's up, Notch?
So happy to have you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hold it. So we got like a good crew here. Let's see.
This is
Nachiketa,
our new merch. We're selling
Cerebrez.
Murder Dome hot sauce. No, I'm just kidding. Look, for those of you that know, I just have a label maker.
All right, we got.
Yeah, but we all have multiple purposes at the same time. I think that can be a super depressing trap too. Like trying to find your purpose. Like when we all have different purposes at different parts of our lives and everything, and this whole one purpose thing is like kind of crazy. Like, makes you hyper focus on something that you probably never find. The dude, yes. I'm really into rugs too. It's weird. It's weird how everything connects. Ornate rugs, especially. Yeah, it's weird, and people don't like this. Like, for the most part, like people, from what I've found at least, like people want people to have a hard stance, one way or the other on things. And I think and this is why the whole "there's one truth, oh, it's your truth" type thing, it gets people so heated, because there are multiple perspectives to the same thing, and that's kind of what people mean by that. Like, your truth is your experience. I don't like the term because it sounds like an AOL chat to me. I feel like people are saying your truth, spelling it the letter U R and then truth. Like type, when I hear it, that's what it sounds like. But I get it. I get the whole your experience, what you know to be true based on what you have experienced, because there's so much to experience.
Totally.
Did I take your phone?
You totally took my phone.
I'm sorry. I lost my phone.
You'll
I
be
knew I
forgiven
knew I took your phone.
in time.
I just wanted to know if you knew that I took your phone. Yep, there's opening, mind game, and end game in a chess game. Oh shit, Nachi. You're blowing my mind.
He's blowing my mind.
No, so I heard him talking last night.
I love Nachiketa.
Last night he was going off about while I was working, I was listening, and I heard him going off about religion and and it's not even like so many times I feel the same way about like religion or ideas that religion perpetuates, and the response is met with like, oh, so you hate God because people aren't perfect. And I'm like, No, not like the fact that that's the programmed response by most religious people is like it's kind of scary,
Yeah.
and it's either that or it's beyond your understanding type shit, like which I accept for certain things.
Yeah.
But
Because it just is.
yeah, right. But no, I'm blaming people for people like and acting the way they act, saying that they're Christian, but they act or saying that there's anything and they act the way that's the antithesis of it. And then they can point to something in the book that actually verifies their
Mhm.
shittiness. Because I am a
Yeah.
sinner and I am less than them, therefore. But all of that goes against every Jesus
Because I do
insight.
believe, like it says, like in the Bible, it says like it is a two-edged like sword. Like the Bible is the sword, and some people like just massacre people with it, and then and then just leave them
I'll
bleeding.
never forget. I was in was it Chinese church?
Yes.
Best church I ever been
Yep.
to, until I joined. They asked me.
I got James E to join a Chinese
Well, I got
congregation, and they were all looking at us like, they couldn't.
Well, I got tattoos and long hair, and they're really into anime. And they saw me, and they're like, "Will you join the worship band?" And I was like, "I do play an instrument." They're like, "Great, that works too." And so I started playing like bass. I think no,
I don't know what
I
you're
would play bass and guitar for this Chinese church. I really liked their food after service, and they were so genuine. Like, you know what I mean? In terms of like what we're used to. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, baby. They were so genuine in their messages, and they were very logical and very sympathetic to the human condition in all of their services, and very, without being like Hillsong, fake positive, fake, just fake. Like, it just felt real, right? And then I joined this like band.
The worship.
Let's
team.
just call it a band. I don't
Okay,
like saying
worship
worship team. All right, so like and they were like, "Wow, I really like what you're doing." I said, "Thank you so much." And I'm like, I think I found a place. This was years ago. And then we were walking off from rehearsal one day, and I heard the leader of the band, and also these people were like really well off medical students from China, like right out, like that had multiple visas in multiple countries, that were in very like billionaire industries, and like
respectable
like
citizens
these people have their
society.
shit together. Like,
Yeah,
wow,
they
like,
do.
And then you go to the religious service, and it's all very logical, but also spiritual and very healthy minded like stuff. So it's like, damn, like I think we found it. And then you eat Chinese food after. I'm like, get the fuck
They
out
got
of
it
here. Like,
all.
whatever. Like,
they get it, everything.
It's jealousy props up. And then
so we thought.
And then anyways, and I still think they're great, but just this is a great example of being human, right?
Yeah.
And so I walk off from rehearsal, and I hear the leader of the band, again, who's in a millionaire company, and the leader of a church, talking to the lead female singer of the church, and they were talking about someone in the congregation, and mocking him and laughing him, and saying he's probably not even saved, and just like dying laughing. Like, dude, he's
laughing
he's not even getting in through the first gate of heaven. He's not even going to be a custodian in heaven.
Shouldn't they be
look at that motherfucker? Like, and shouldn't they be helping him if that's the case?
Yeah.
And this was someone who was like trying their best, and he wasn't an asshole.
And this
or anything.
is the worship team. Laughing their behinds off.
It was the elders of the church.
Somebody going to
burn someone they think is gonna burn in hell, and laughing about it. And this again was like the person they were talking about, the way they were talking about them was like they weren't as good as they were at music, or they weren't as they didn't know as many biblical verses as they did. They didn't memorize as much as they did, like type shit. Like it was more that, and that's why he's even saved. And the dying of laughter and the passionate laughter at that, I was like, it made me just think about like, what the fuck, what are we doing?
What's going on?
What is going on? And then it's like, well, that's because your bitch ancestor ate a fruit at the wrong, like when she was told not to.
Don't talk about my mom like that.
Like, that's what they said.
She's not.
No, she fucked everything up. She fucked everything up.
About my mom.
They do talk about it like that. I just have the balls. To cut to the chase and say what they're trying to say about her.
That's true.
They're trying to say every time you complain about life, that's what you're saying about Eve. Like, and basically because it all stemmed from a bad menu choice. It's like and
No, but then like.
But how did they even know?
No, but then.
How did they even know?
What do you mean?
Like the murder dome. That's why I put that in the murder dome. How did they even know? They weren't told.
Oh
about
yeah, they
bad.
didn't know about good and
They
evil.
were only there was the tree of good and evil, so they only knew good. They didn't know about the juxtaposition.
And then some will say, doesn't matter if they didn't know bad. They were told not to.
Okay, but if you're told not to, how do you understand the word not? Because a bunch of questions.
You can say, don't move that chair.
Why not? Doesn't mean yeah, but then you say, why not? If they don't have the ability to say why not, because they're not going in between why you should and shouldn't do something, which is good and evil, which is...
Well, you can say because...
separating...
Well, he could just say, I don't want that chair there.
Why not? Yeah, but everything is logical. It's a preference. Why? You can't
it's beyond your understanding.
Exactly.
Just don't do it.
No. No. I'm not the smartest person in the world. And
I would love to hear guys' feedback on all this.
If I have
especially CFM, especially Jack Talcott, I want like comments, especially if you like. I would love to hear. And like this goes back to the people who are laughing, the worship team laughing at the person possibly not being saved. Another well-meaning Christian would say, well, we all sin, we all fall short, and you can't, let that reflect on God. But at the same time, whenever we do anything great or magnificent, they say, well, give all the glory to God. So I'm grateful. I give all the glory and everything I need to the Most High.
Wrong,
but it's like
only
only the bad stuff are we supposed to take responsibility for. But then whenever we do something good, it's like, that's not you.
How dare you be a goat? So, give that to God. It
just
arrogant.
Seems very one-sided.
Yeah, but if you do something bad, it's your fault. What did you do? And not even that. If someone does something wrong to you, a lot of it is like, well, what did you do to provoke that? Or what did you do to allow God to allow that to happen to you? It's
and
just
I just don't align with that thinking because
even it's not even that I don't align.
No, even if you look at the story of Job, most people know it, whether you're a Christian or not, whether you've read the books or not. The story of Job, he was tested, and all of it was to test him. It wasn't like when he was doing good and when he still stood by God, even when his wife told him to curse God and die. I believe God was giving him the props for that in the story. God didn't say it's because of me. He said, wow, I'm so proud of my servant Job.
I don't care who did it. If my entire family got murked, it really wouldn't matter. I would not be thrilled at just like, well, now you have a new family. It's like,
yeah, that doesn't really work either, too.
Right.
But,
if my current
I was trying to focus on the
murked,
fact that God was giving Job the props. That's because a lot of people will be like, oh, don't take credit. Only take credit for your wrongdoings.
My question is, why do we get in trouble for having questions? And why is every answer...
When you're talking to like beyond... really salt of the earth Christians, they don't have a problem.
And when they say it's beyond your
I believe that to be CFM. CFM is cool. He's real. I from how I've seen him interact with people, he doesn't like do what we're talking about at all. He'll just be like, he'll just give you his best answer. Like,
and okay,
no judgment.
And so you could look at law, right? You could look at legalities versus law, legal versus lawful. Like, okay, so and a lawful thing, if you don't understand something, you are not responsible for it, unless it's like intentional murder. But that, again, if it's intentional, that's something you clearly understand, right? So, but if you don't understand something or something is beyond your understanding, it's written in a way where it's meant to be not understandable to you, not explainable to you. It does not make sense to you and many people for how much the slogan is used. It's beyond your understanding. If something is like that, like at the same time, lawfully, you can't be held accountable for that because it's something you didn't understand, right? But at the same time, the cop who reinforces those very same laws will tell you ignorance is not an excuse. Like, I completely disagree. If I'm ignorant of your arbitrary law that I would have never came up with and never doesn't make sense to me, but you happen to come up with it. If I can't, mow my grass on Sunday before 6 a.m. without a shirt on, like some states still have.
That's a
But I'll still get a
good one.
ticket for it because I wasn't. Ignorance is not an excuse. But then if I go to court, I can say I didn't understand it and they'll let me go. And then I'm sure there people be like, no, none of that's true. Everything you just said is wrong. Like, no, I've literally tested this out in courtrooms. Whether I do know or don't know something, like, does matter, but depending on who you're talking to, sometimes it gets you out of trouble, sometimes it puts you in trouble. Either way,
Because it's arbitrary stuff. Like if it's something arbitrary and then it has nothing to do with common sense, then it should matter if you're ignorant to it. But there's certain things in human nature, if you're not a complete psycho, you just know you shouldn't be doing. And these don't fall in that. It's just arbitrary like rules.
But that's sinful in a Christian setting because, like, in a courtroom setting, which is supposed to be based off the Bible and everything, right? It's okay. But in that setting, you have to accept around other Christians, again, not blaming God for what God people, for what people do, but Christian people, 99% of them, like, will say it's beyond your understanding and accept it and continue to behave in a way that's aligned with what is illogical to you, is what they're saying. Is beyond your understanding. It's something you can't fathom. Do it anyways. And we're not going to explain it to you. And if you ask for an explanation, you're kind of acting like a sinner right now. And we might not tell you that, but we'll definitely make fun of you and like make jokes about how you're going to burn it out and shit behind your back.
Yeah.
I know. So anyways, we should check the chat out and probably move the fuck on. Probably lost almost everyone. Are we both left-handed? Yes. Yep.
Ambidextrous.
Yep.
But I have horrible handwriting either way.
Yeah, so Trisha thinks it's the little season, which would totally make sense, and this is why both extremes of the spectrum are so crazy. Like, I can see why people think we're in the little season. Everything that's popular does have like very cliche symbolism, like dark symbolism attached to it and everything. And I think people are finally starting to get bored of it, so it's starting to change. And even the Bible like backs that up and says like, this is the devil's kingdom. Like he's the prince of the air. Like, so like this just might be his world. So it might not be the little season type idea. But I just go back to why is that the case? Like, if that's the case, why is that the case? Why are we in a place?
I didn't get to check the chat.
Oh, I'm sorry,
but if in case anybody hasn't, I would like if you're not, I would love if people would write comments after the video uploads. And
it would make sense
if you need time, because like we ask, like I've always been told that I ask really super deep questions. Like I have the inability. I don't have the ability to have.
She doesn't do small talk.
I don't have the ability to do small talk. Yeah. So like I'm just like asking things that are like super deep, and it's like people can't just like answer it right on the fly. So if it's something you need to think of, or if you're interested, I would love to hear your input, and then come back and write a comment later.
Yeah. People are like, Najla, the weather today. She's like, I know, it's almost a reflection of the inner contradictory storm of life that is like, what is this and when will it end and what's the point of it? Why do we need a which I relate to. But no, it's all just very confusing, and it's like, but it makes sense. It does seem like people get rewarded and propped up that are that are super I don't know, at least unappealing to me. And then no one really sees justice in their lifetime. They're like, wait till you die. And other people that are like trying to do the best they can and be like good people seem to get humiliated. Like, but then a lot of those people do it to themselves. They talk about like Christianity and like Hillsong, all these corporate versions of these religions. And
so Ceiling Fan Man had to go, but he didn't leave like without leaving an awesome
I
question.
knew I was gonna leave.
Incredible. He
I was
said,
gonna make him.
he's no, you did not make him leave.
Okay,
He said he has to go, but my question would be, if someone is doing something wicked, do they really think that came from God? Question mark, or from themselves? Question mark.
Right.
So
Okay.
obviously it comes from it comes from yourself, in my opinion. But when they do something good, I would ask you, if you do come back, Ceiling Fan Man, when they do something good, is that from themselves or is that from God? So that's my whole thing. Is it only they can only take credit for the bad, and then all the good, all that credit goes to God? That's my question.
Yes.
To answer your question,
Yes.
I would totally say they are fully responsible for the bad. My question to you is, do they get to take the credit for the good they do?
Yeah, but Jesus said, "Forgive them; they know not what they do." So even if they're doing something wicked, you got somewhere in the Bible, like no matter what is said, you will have somewhere in Scripture that will be able to, like, there's an answer for everything, or in a position for everything. You know what I mean? If you don't know what you're doing, even though it all stems from eating from the tree of good and evil, right? Tree of knowledge, right? They don't know what they do, so forgive them. And like one thing, my dad always like told me, he's like, it's gonna be so crazy, like when you're in heaven and you're gonna see all these rapists and murderers, and then you're gonna look down into hell, and there's just gonna be innocent, like 15-year-old girls that got hit by a drunk driver that just happened to never say the word Jesus. It was before their time, and it's just really sad that that's the way. And then like, but we have a loving God. Like, yeah, but you didn't.
So I want to conclude this section by saying,
I just have questions.
I have questions. No, this will always come up because
I'm not making any statements. That's what
we're not making statements, but I
I just have questions about, because we have certain people.
I want to point out that not one person has answered, who gets the credit, for what they do is good. I know certain people in the chat would agree with me that I think you should get props for when you do good things and not just have to, say that it had nothing to do with you. But the people who are saying, like, is the bad things people do from God, insinuating that it's obviously not from God. And I agree, people take responsibility for the bad. Those are the people I really wanted to answer. Like, okay, but who do they get credit for when they do good? Not none of them answered. So
well, the answer is typically no.
Typically from Christians, they say you don't get the credit for doing good.
Anytime,
and I want them to answer that, because I haven't heard anybody answer it, because they know it's kind of like it's one-sided, it's lopsided. It's illogical to only have to take credit for the bad and never take credit for the good.
Yeah, no, I just want direct answers for like some of these questions, and it's okay. And like I don't have answers for so many things. Like I don't know. It's just a lot of it doesn't make sense, and we do have to live in this life now. So it's like, well, just do everything that's based on, this world is not so clear cut. Like, you can make your life very hard for yourself by being honest all the time. You know what I mean? And then, it's like tact and discretion, will adjust those things. So, when you should speak up, when you shouldn't. But we all have to kind of learn to be car salesmen, right? All you guys have like 9 to 5 jobs. Everyone has to learn to keep your job so you can feed your children, right? Like, everyone has to learn to play some sort of tactful game of discretion, you know. And I'm grateful for it. At the same time, it's taught me patience, but it's not complete truthfulness. It's that's why the truther thing is so silly. It's well, not just because so many truthers are straight up liars, but also because, like, if I was truthful at my job, I would just be fired like so quickly. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not that I lie, but it's about tact and discretion and holding your tongue. You know what I mean? And just learning how to navigate such a fucked up place. And I just, and it's such a wonderful place too. Again, I'm sick and rambling. If anyone is new here, I'm like really sick. So sorry I
We're
sound like
all
this.
down in the dumps right now.
Right. It's like similar effects to fasting, just like way worse in general.
So I'm super excited for when we are not feeling like this and we're able to share with you some of the things that we have prepared to discuss.
I showed them all my notes for next week. It was supposed to be for this week, but
Yeah.
I can't do it the way I want to do it because of the way I feel. But you know, it's hard, man. It's we just want to teach our children the best way possible. Like we have 3 children, and we just want to be the best guideposts for them that we can be, because that's the position we have in their life. And you know, really set them on the right path. And I know we've done a great job so far, but
yeah, Sarah's been sick for the first time in years too, like
yeah,
right, like out of nowhere. It was like brutal. She said,
yeah.
totally. Callum Wilkinson. Oh, I think
Yeah,
Callum
you remember Callum
Wilkinson.
from
What's
back in the
up?
day? Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. What's up, Scott
Scott, what's
Free?
up, dude? Yeah, man. They moving to Florida? Who's moving to Florida?
I don't know.
We'll tell a story about moving to Florida in the future. We've got a crazy story about our experience in Florida.
Crazy story.
We wanted to talk about, we were going to show Leo King clips today. Who's another internet like cult leader guy.
We mentioned him briefly last week.
Yeah, during our test stream, and we've done parodies about him when we were in Florida, pretending to be in California. But it looked kind of similar to where he was. And, you know, he's an aggressive, famous celebrity astrologer is his name, his title. David Palmer, the Leo King. Go figure, he's a Leo in like many different areas of his chart. He's the Leo King. So anyways, he's like obsessed with like Sprite, drinking Sprite and vaping and
Don't
like,
throw shade at all Leos.
No, I'm saying
You
that's
can't
why he's
choose what month we're born in.
No, I'm just saying that's why he's called the Leo King. If you need to make sense of it.
Yeah.
Why are you the king of the Leos? Maybe he's a Virgo. We don't know. But yeah, no. So it works. His name works, right? And you know, he got burned in his mind by Hollywood when he didn't, you know, he wasn't for the COVID stuff, and really, and that's in his mind. In my mind, I think for the last 5 to 6 years, he's been pointing, maybe 5 years, 4 to 5 years, he's been pointing down. And I just like jumping across all areas of the internet and seeing what people are doing and how they're acting. And it seems like it's across the board, whether it's like, you know, it doesn't matter what area of the internet, but he's, I think he got backlash because he's one of these people that like just talks down to people while he's trying to help them and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was gonna show that this week.
Yeah,
but
we were gonna show it because we did mention that last week, and you were gonna show proof of it.
We parodied the whole thing of it. Please, if you guys could go
watch.
Yeah, and like as much of our stuff as possible. We're trying to grow this. If we can grow something and be with our family more, you know, that would be so great if we can grow it. Maybe
Angela Baby Carson asked if you're dodging her questions.
No, I don't have my phone. I'm sorry. I spilled my coffee and I left my phone out there. And I'm using a phone. This is a super ghetto situation.
I'm sorry, Angela Baby. I'm not really good at scrolling
Here, pass me the chat.
I'm obviously.
Pass me the chat.
You're gonna have. I mean, you could.
We all want to know if I'm Angela Baby Carson James, are you dodging my questions? We all want to know. Let me see. What are your questions? I think YouTube has been censoring you. Oh, are you going on the Drunk Debunk show? No, I just saw this question. I'm not dodging you, Angela.
We did not see it. I promise.
Much love. No, I was going on the Drunk Debunk show. A couple times we had it scheduled, but it didn't happen. You know, I was ready each time it was scheduled, but it just never happened. It just never happened. So I don't like bugging people. I don't like annoying people about like, hey, You said you were gonna, I don't like doing that. Like if it's meant to be, it's meant to be type thing. And he's got a lot of stuff going on. His wife is sick, I think, and
Yeah,
he's
life happens.
yeah, he's got a lot going on. So
Things did not align yet. Maybe.
yeah, I would like to though. I would like to. I like him. I think he's a good time.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's fun, man. He's a good time. Um, I kind of feel like I don't know. They're all extremist standpoints on the internet. You know what I mean? One way or the other. Finally we watched last night the Netflix documentary, the Behind the Curve documentary. Or Beyond the Curve. I can never remember what it's called. Have you guys seen that? We finally watched it. Let's see. Flat or globe? I don't do the shape debates. I don't care that much. At this point, I go off of behavior and behavior. I mean, for the past few years, I've been making fun of the flat Earth, globe Earth debate, just in general, the whole debate. For the past few years, if you look back a couple of years ago, we made the flat Earth versus the whole world shape debaters be like video, and the whole point of that was pointing out how it's both two extremist positions on the opposite end of each other that act the same in terms of like, oh, you're an idiot because of this thing. Oh, and then all the people on one side are believe everything they've ever heard. No one lies about anything except for conspiracy theories. But there's no conspiracies; they don't exist. People aren't corrupt. Corruption. Corporations are not corrupt. Uh, every single pharmaceutical drug is good for you, except for the thousands they recall every year and then put on infomercials. If you are now fucking disabled because you took this drug for 6 weeks, call this massive joint lawsuit we got going on because the testing they put it on the shelves even though it was like killing 60% of the people taking it. Like and then you'll see a pharmaceutical ad right after that, and then it says side effects can include, for antidepressants, this, side effects to include suicidal thoughts, depression, like not everything reacts well with everything. So when I see flat earthers and conspiracy people being like all allopathic medicine is bad, every single thing on TV is bad, every product in the store is poison, it's like, really? And then you go on the other side and it's the exact opposite. Every single thing in stores was approved and is good, is fine. Is fine. Not toxic. It might not be good for you, but it's not toxic and it's perfectly okay. Um Vaccine injury courts don't exist. If they do, it's because so let's just not talk about it. All mainstream media, why would they lie? Why would they lie? And it's like, dude, people lie every day on a YouTube ad for marketing purposes. People lying about lying. This dude selling turmeric. You guys seen this ad where he's like, I want to start this ad by apologizing. Our last ad, we lied. Hammer drops. We said that we were going to, that, this turmeric was 80%, but now it's 95% full spectrum. Like, it's just like, I don't know, something like where like people are baiting using lying to, it's just nonsense. There's people lie for all different reasons or pretend they lie for, and people, I know I'm not making the best argument. I'm sick. I'm like delirious right now, but the extremist end on both sides of the spectrum are kind of annoying. Like certain people do have side effects to natural herbs and stuff. And then people do have side effects to allopathic medicine and other people don't. It just is what it is. And some people make homeopathy, like do homeopathic medicine, and it's complete garbage, and then, and, you just have to discern that and find things that actually do work for you. But there is trash in every area. And then on the other end of the spectrum, it's like all herbal medicine is stupid. It's all bad. It's all bullshit. But they don't want to acknowledge all the pharmaceuticals that start with plant extracts. Like, just these blanket statements of all this one thing is all this thing. All this other thing is this thing. Oh, I know about this thing and you don't. So you're stupid and therefore you know nothing about anything else. Type shit. Like these strong opinions, like burdened with viewpoints, like strong viewpoints are just like, I'm sorry, I'll read the chat. I'm just fucking rambling. Crazy, look at the side. Yeah, I mean, yeah, none of us really know at the end of the day, what any of this is. Like, you can measure the miracle and explain how your body works because you've, put a microscope into it and you're now labeling each part of the body and seeing how it interacts with each other. Well, you still don't know how all that came to be. And it's like trying to figure that out. You can go religion or you can go evolution. But either way, you can't, it I don't understand, as beyond my Christian understanding. I don't understand any of it, how any of it works. Like, in terms of how your body knows how to interact with each other. It is all very magical in terms of mysterious. Like, it's mysterious, and people get like woo woo about the word magical, but I just mean it's like mysterious, like really cool, and none of us can recreate it. You know what I mean? People can get drunk and have sex and create life, and it's that easy. But you don't know, you can't break it all down how it all works. And even if you can, you're still measuring something that you can't produce particle by particle yourself. So we are in something that, who knows, like, you know what I mean? Who knows? I'm so sick. Um if you can explain the miracle, is it really a miracle? But how are you explaining it? Are you just naming different components of it and then saying how they interact with each other? But to me, it's like it's kind of miraculous how each component even exists and is able to interact with each other. You know what I mean? That's it to me. You might be able to explain how it interacts, but why does it interact? And what is to sustain life? Okay, so then what is the point of sustaining life? Like, if you keep going back far enough, no one, not, I don't know much. Yeah, yeah, Callum, for sure. Magic for me just means the unknown. So much magic for me here. Yeah, dude. And we all have, magical moments in life where good things happen, bad things happen, and it all goes so fast. So we're just trying to be good people and be kind to people without being taken advantage of. A lot of people that are good people and kind people are seen as stupid. So I try to be very careful, and you can tell when you talk to people. I got I had an interaction with a cop the other day, and he said to his friend, I took one look at him, and I knew I could get him. And I was like, "What do you mean by that?" Like, and that's just how it is. I just, some people come off stupid to people, you know. And I'm like, it's just interesting, man. Why'd you put a baby bottle, Angela? Explain yourself.
I have no idea what you guys have been talking about, but I know right before I left, Angela Baby Carson said flat or globe. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I already addressed all that.
I don't know. I don't know what your answer was, but like I just
It was a very convoluted, drawn out
well,
ramble.
my thing is like this is my theory is that God, when he was creating the earth, he started off like on a flat. It started off on a flat piece of paper, and he drew the earth, right? And
Then he created people
yeah, he created all that, and
and put
he's
it in
all
there.
sketching it on like his cosmic heavenly like flat piece of paper. So it started off flat, and then Ish got crazy. He got so annoyed with everybody that he crumpled it up then it turned into a ball, and he threw it toward the trash.
Right.
So it's like hurling
And we're
through
almost in the
cosmic space into a cosmic
right,
trash can.
and that's
So
where
it
we all
started
know.
flat, and then he
Yeah.
crumpled it up, and then became a ball.
And that way,
That's my theory.
everyone can be happy, and it makes sense because it does feel like we're hurling towards a trash can,
A
type
cosmic trash
situation.
can, if you will.
Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. I just think the conversation in itself is so stupid. I mean, okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I would. I want to know. How, okay, explain like Pac-Maning and all that. How do you leave if you're on a flat Earth? How do you go off the flat Earth and show up on the other side? And that's every answer is like, well, it's magic. It's a portal. You go through a portal and end up on the other side. That's not good enough for me. It's just not. It's just not. It is true that the globe is the only thing where you can explain how to come from all different directions and end up coming from a different direction. A ball would be the only way, right? And if you're God, that would be the most magical, mysterious way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care. I don't have strong opinions about it about it either way. But if people can't explain how you're going one direction on a flat Earth and you go off the flat Earth and then you show up on the other end of it, and like I'm not good with with geography, but if you can go all around the world and end up
right.
Okay, and it's like, well, circumnavigation, and it only works one way. But people have done it other ways, and there are Pac-Maning is a thing. Like it just when you can't explain certain things like that. And the way everyone treats each other about it, and how bitter and angry everyone towards is about it. It's like, oh man, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I love good people.
I don't know.
And
who cares?
I love good people, and there's good and bad people in every group.
And that's what I usually get. Like, I love Sarah Breslin, but she's like, but it's not a globe. That's all that matters. It's like, no, but can you explain what I'm talking? Like the questions, though. Like, can you explain those specific things? I can't explain most of it. Like most of the either.
And it's okay if you can't explain it, and it's just like your gut feeling. Like,
right.
I support.
Then I respect that. Yeah, big time, big time. And Sarah Breslin's awesome.
Yeah.
So and I'll support her all day long. I will never be like anyone is an idiot because they believe one thing or another.
No, to me, it's your behavior.
It feels like such a trap. It just feels like a trap, and it doesn't help me or my children. And it's like,
it doesn't help.
It really doesn't. And until you it just doesn't. It only separates you from society to even engage in the idea. It just I don't know. It makes you seem uncooperative because the majority of people that take a hard stance one way or the other are very aggressive about it. And I don't know about you guys. I gotta put my hat. I'm sweating. I don't know about you guys. I don't like dealing with aggressive people at work, trying to tell me that I'm an idiot and that you're fucking stupid because you haven't seen the videos I've seen. And you just haven't heard this thing that's just a fucking bundle of words. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just, like Najla said, the behavior of everyone has just been so gross, dude. And if you believe one thing, you got to believe all the other things about that area of the internet. You know what I mean? You can't just believe one conspiracy or be against one conspiracy. You have to be for or against all of it. You have to be extreme left or extreme right, extremely political, not at all. Everything's extreme.
Yeah, why can't we just be good people with opinions?
I don't even have opinion. I'm trying not to have even opinions anymore
about things that you care about, instead of forcing people to have an answer for. I wasn't trying to force anybody earlier to have answers. I hope not. I hope you guys didn't feel
you guys want to hear
forced to make an answer. Hi, Melanie.
Yo, so my Iboga.
What's up, Melanie?
One of my Iboga experiences. There's so many hallucinations or whatever that you have, and everyone has different ones on it. When I was taking it, one of the things I saw, I shouldn't even talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
I don't know, man. I just think it's all like a Russian doll set. I think
like,
it's one thing
yeah.
inside another, inside
It's
another,
another.
inside another, and I
That
think
is
it's
what
way
you saw. It's
beyond. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Sean Ackley saying it's pretty easy to realize the globe is physically impossible, and it's just like, if somebody doesn't think that, and you might think, like, I've heard a lot in this community calling people stupid, or, as Angela said, brain dead. It's like, do we have to like hate? We don't have
Well,
to like berate a person for.
you're not allowed to call people brain dead if you can't explain like really simple things. Though. If you keep
That was Angela, baby. Yeah,
no, anyone, it
dead.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It happens all day long. If you're going across the flat plane and you disappear out of one corner and end up in the other, a globe does explain that, and a flat plane doesn't. I'm not talking about anything else other than that. Can you just explain that? This is why I don't.
Sean, can you explain that?
I don't want to get into the conversation because of the extremist opinions and blood.
I'm all about having fun conversations.
Anything that brings up blood boiling reminds me of politics. Anyone that people are like, "Well, fuck you if you don't get it." Like,
that's the problem.
But they won't answer the question. Like, okay, so you don't even get it, but it is what it is. I don't know what Iboga is. I don't know how it does what it does. Like,
Sean said practical physics isn't an opinion.
Okay, but you're not answering what I said about the Pac-Man thing. See, this is why I don't want to do it.
No, I think he's being chill, though. Angela Baby's the one who threw out the brain dead thing.
Relax,
Sean Alkey's
Angela Baby.
Yeah. she's throwing wood on the fire.
I don't know.
But I think Sean is just like being very plain and simple about what he thinks. And it's just like, to me, it's like, okay, let's roll with that.
My question is, can physics change as dynamics of the earth change, areas that we've never been to? Is it possible for physics to change without us being able to replicate it on the ground? Is that possible?
For me, it's like, this is
anything that acts like politics, I know there's something wrong with it. The whole that's how I feel personally, is that when people get real red team, blue team about it, and just they're like laughing at people getting assassinated on the other side and wanting the worst for the other side and doing all this. We're watching sports at this point. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's what it is for them. Like Nachiketa, like he was just saying, like, you got to live a life with a purpose. That's the purpose of life, is to live a life with a purpose. And maybe for some people, their purpose is to stand 10 toes down for what they believe the shape of the earth is.
Right.
Like, that's their passion. That's what they do.
Right.
We all got to find something.
Right. Right.
Right?
I just don't like the behavior in any direction on that topic. I just don't. That's why I make fun of it so much. I don't.
Sean's being cool. I told you. He said he's done getting mad at Glovers.
That's good.
He's cool.
That's good. I don't identify with any of it. I really don't. I don't care that much. I really don't. I'm here and I am dealing with issues on the ground with like children and work and trying to run a business that has a reputation and things like that. And the interpersonal connections and work I've done with people has brought way much more fruit than any of this type of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I've never gotten on a stream.
The day-to-day. It's the small interactions.
It's the private stuff. I've never gotten on a stream and like, it's this, it's that. The most I've ever done that with, it just because that's not how I am. If that's how you are, that's fine too. But the way I feel comfortable doing things is just by like observing what I've experienced, and I always filter it through people's behavior.
Yeah.
When anyone thinks they know everything about something, it's like weird for me. I just feel weird about it. I've never, and
will it improve their life? Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
Some people. I've seen, some people, again, this middle of the road shit is not appetizing for most people. But this whole like don't bury
Sean is throwing darts.
What did he say?
He said definitely not Angela. Oh wait, is he talking to Angela? I thought
probably.
I thought he was responding. I know. I thought he was responding to what I just said.
Definitely not. You're wrong. I like doing that in chats. I just go in and say I disagree. I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
Never mind. They're just okay.
That's how you stoke a fire, though.
Yeah, never mind. I thought Sean was saying it wasn't improving her life.
Sean's
that's
cool.
not what was going on.
Sean's crushing. I don't know. Everyone's got their own thing going on. I'm into rambling.
Yeah.
Some people are into other stuff.
OTW coming in hot. I'm a fan of everything you do, GE. Woo!
That's because I send him private texts. That's why.
Excuse me.
That's what he means. Yeah.
Do I need to hire an investigator?
I got you.
What's going on here?
I got you, OT Dubs. Just kidding. Thank you so much, OT Dubs. Thank you.
Okay, everybody's claiming him. Oh, no. Okay. Sean is Angela's husband?
Get the fuck out of here.
Angela, you got a husband? Are you serious?
I assumed you might have a husband, but I didn't know. Sean was a husband.
What?
And you guys have separate channels? The fuck? Hey, baby girl.
Might be ending the stream.
Shoot, yeah. Huh? Hey, microphone. You want to say something?
High five?
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Oh, hi. Down low.
Down low. Yeah. Fist bump. That's right.
Do you need help, Mama? Do you need help?
Daddy, look at this.
You got the other microphone?
I got it.
Daddy.
Good job. What you got? What? How'd you do that?
You just gotta do it like another one. Mystery.
Get out of here.
You can do another one.
That's awesome, dude. Good work. Everyone is sick and in slow motion. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. So cool you guys are hanging out. This here is the purpose of life. Right. Right. Totally. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. But if you don't have children, like, I couldn't imagine, I don't know what I would be doing and what I would have time to think about and get passionate about, you know? So I can't judge anyone that's on either side of that, you know, of any argument, really. I just have a lot going on. Maybe. All right, y'all, hold on 1 minute. I'll be right back. What's up, you guys? Sorry. So what have you guys been up to? You guys can, if like, we want to know more about the people watching us too, and you guys want to talk about whatever you want. Um, this is a low key sick day. Everyone's just hanging out. Who's the queen of the comment section? I feel like I'm getting old because I just want to talk about how expensive everything is getting. How hard everything is. Damn. I wish I was retired. Everything is so expensive, yeah. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. Thank you so much to, you know who you are in the chat. Some people helped us so much in the last year with different things, and you know, I'm so grateful for you guys that have, you know, stuck with us and, you know, just take a liking to us. You know, not everyone likes everyone, and the people that see what we're doing and everything, we really appreciate how awesome you guys have been, and that to me also is the purpose of life. My favorite answer from an Uber driver, and we asked that question. We're not like in the throes of wondering why we get to experience, you know, adore our adorable children, and like we have great lives.
Yeah.
We're just curious about what other people think, and
I just like to get to the bottom of stuff, and I feel like that's like gets straight to the bottom of
yeah.
everything.
And like one of our favorite answers was from an Uber driver who said is to learn how to get along. Just so simple and so true, you know. Like parenting is a patient game of persistence, or a persistent game of patience. And it seems like life is like that, and learning how to work together, um you know, but it's a lot to it. So we're just trying to be really simple and do things we know how to do, and like learn from each other and all that boring shit, everything I'm saying.
Melanie, I love you. Thank you. She said you guys have done a lot for a lot of people. And she said thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for saying that.
It's really what you do with it. It's really all up to you, and yeah.
Yeah, you can only help people so much, and the rest is up to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for appreciating it.
Yeah, thank you. And then is it just about being a good and kind person? Because some people will like fuck you over if you're a good and kind person to them. Like, you know, because of that reason. Like they'll see you as easy prayer, like, and then are you still supposed to do that even if it like ruins your life and you have children to
Yeah,
take care
what
of?
is that saying? Like it's like something about like being as like soft as a dove or something like
Sly
that.
as a snake or whatever.
But wise as a serpent.
Yeah.
Serpent's a better word.
But
than snake.
they also say turn the other cheek.
You gotta just be wise. You cannot move the same way with every type of person.
Right.
Because it will.
Right.
You just gotta be wise.
Yeah. Yeah, I was way too trusting when we started doing everything.
Oh my
we're doing.
god.
Way
I was
too
super
trusting.
trusting.
Yeah. It hurt too. It
hurt.
It hacked away at many different areas of my life. You know, it taught me a lot too, and I'm stronger in those ways now. But like I'm for the first time in my life, I'm like, I don't know if it's worth it. Like learning these little things. It's just because it's just relearning and reconfirming that
yeah,
people are fucked up. I don't know. And be careful. That's it. Like
Angela said as soon as I talk on OTW's channel, she gets blocked from Paul, or like Paul blocks her or something.
Yeah,
like
Paul doesn't like me either. I know. Yeah.
You can join the club.
Well, it's because you're wrong and you're not doing this. And if you only knew this, then you'd fucking do this. And if everyone just listened to me and I was, I was fucking like, well, it's because you do this and you're not doing what I'm doing. Like, is that what Paul said to you before he blocked you? Paul's
I
so
don't get it.
aggressive.
I don't get like the angst and the like,
He's
I'm like,
so
bro,
aggressive. Yeah.
Corrosive.
Yeah, he sighs at how stupid everyone is. He just thinks everyone is so fucking stupid.
Yeah. It's like,
You know. But you can't win people over like that. Like, to me, he thought I was talking shit to him
Yes.
because I disagreed about something to do with Charlie Kirk or whatever. And I didn't even know. I was just like putting my 2 cents in. And he was like, well,
Yeah.
I don't even believe anything you've ever said. Your whole story is bullshit. I'm like, what story?
okay,
Like,
that
I
came
don't-
out of nowhere too.
Yeah,
It's like,
so like it's just weird like how aggressive and shitty people are, but they want to grow a community.
yeah.
And as they're telling everyone how stupid they are. And that's why we parodied the Leo King too. But and he has a big following, unlike Paul and like a lot of the unlike us, so that that's why we do that too. Because if you keep parodying people that no one knows of, it's bound to stay tiny. You know?
Yeah. But Angela's saying that Paul thinks she sells t-shirts and she's like, no, I buy them. And I know that about you because you be modeling those shirts, girl. You be looking good. That's why I was like, I didn't know that like you and Sean were together because I always see you looking so cute with all the different t-shirts. Like
most people block people because they suspect that they're t-shirt salesmen. That's like that's a common thing, Angela.
She has a good point. Is he takes things and makes up his own stories and then acts like it's truth. Like,
he was like, you're just like Jack Talcott.
Makes
You're
up his own thing and
you're
acts
a
like it's
fucking
facts.
liar. Like, yeah, he doesn't even know people. And then Grace Thorpe, who's like a 12-year-old abuse victim, he was all like he was like they got on the same stream together, and he was like, well, I didn't want to say anything, but now that she's here, like, Grace said she wanted to work with me, and that I reached out to her, and she won't text me back. So I'm just gonna say, if you don't follow through, if you're an immature person, if you're irresponsible, if you don't care about other people, if you lie and say you want to do something with someone and then you don't write back, and she's like, I didn't get your text. I think both these people are crazy, by the way. But like to be upset that this girl who's been sexually abused by her father, like on camera,
20 years younger than Paul. I don't know how Paul
who knows?
Is, but
Who knows?
She's
Either
at
way.
least 10,
Either
12
way,
years younger.
as soon as they met, like he rips
she's
her
like
apart.
a child. I feel like, compared to him.
Yeah, it's just so funny, man.
Ripping
and
up
I'm
a young teen, basically barely left her teens girl,
and then
for not texting you back over a work situation.
But
publicly.
she loved it though, because that's how her dad talks to her. And then her dad was
she's all about it.
Her dad, strangely, is on stream right next to her, going, "That's true." But Paul, she is a big fan of yours, and she still is. But you're right; she does need to follow through. Fuck her, and you're the man. And talk to my daughter like she's a piece of shit because you texted the wrong number and didn't get a response. Have OCD? Why? Why do you think we have OCD? I don't have OCD. No, neither of us have OCD.
No, I don't know. I don't think he's talking about us. You think he's talking to somebody else? I would love to.
I might have a reading.
People say that
issue.
Who actually have it really bad say it's like really, really horrible for them. But I like kind of am secretly jealous. Like, I wish I had OCD because then like you're just constantly like you can't stop the engine. Like once I'm tired, I'm tired. Like you guys were talking about naps in the chat. Like I will get my rest. But if you got OCD, it's like, nope, I have to organize this closet right now. And I'm like, I feel like it's a little superpower. But no, I think they're talking about something completely
Oh,
different.
okay. I was confused because they were talking about I'm not a jealous guy, Sean said.
Who's ABC?
I don't know. I'm not caught
What's
up.
ABC, y'all?
Both of you have OCD. Also, Angela and Sean have OCD. Okay, yeah. We're all having our own conversations.
Who's ABC?
Angela Baby Carson.
Oh my god, I never realized.
Get your shit together.
Oh, I love it. Thanks, Angela.
And
it's perfect. It's perfect.
All of these archetypes online are exactly what they are. Just archetypes of like people that know everything, that want to talk down to people. So, and then there's other people that just like have a good time and really want to have a good time. So, and then there's other people that just talk about interesting stuff. And then there's people like me that are sick and still choose to go live streaming and just ramble about all different types of stuff. So, whatever you guys want to talk about, yeah, it's all crazy. It's all crazy. It's just very toxic. I'm trying to stay away from toxic areas on the internet. Um, yeah, I can't be in like toxic environments for a long period of time because I raise children, and like you can't soak in that like a steak, marinating a steak in it. It's gonna taste like that. So it's just weird, man. But I'm also not trying to talk shit about anyone else either. Everyone can do whatever they want to do, especially on the internet. All right. Jay Craft said upward rising. You guys still want to talk about flat Earth, huh? Thanks, Sean. Sean has a question. Are you working on the next episode of Murder Dome? Yeah. We have the entire script already done. We've had it done for a while now. But we both work and homeschool our children and just very busy. So who knows when that's gonna happen? But the whole thing is written, so it's definitely a new direction too of what we have been doing. You know, I can only imitate and talk about the same thing so many times.
Yeah, like the only way like I would be into like continuing to do like people in this in the corner we've been doing is like if people were vocal financially about it. If you're vocal financially, I'll do Wits It all day.
Shit, if I was
But
vocal financially,
I don't know
I
how
would
much
do
I can
whatever I want to do.
direct
I honestly,
Wits It parodies.
I get annoyed listening to a lot of these people because I listen to them in order to imitate them. Like I try to like soak in their personality, and it just gets irritating. These type of characters, and there's not much more to say at this point. Not much more to make fun of, you know. Or it feels like you're like kicking a dead body at this point. If you just keep doing it, you know, it's like shit.
Yeah, Nachi Kata, constant acceleration is where it's at. Like, that's exactly how we feel about it. It's like,
That's not what he's talking. He's talking about flat Earth.
oh, I'm totally like not winning in this.
No, it's a metaphor for life, right? Constant acceleration.
I'm so deep.
What's
I
that?
took a scientific fact and made it about my life. Flat Earth is really about my life and accelerating. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Okay, yep. I see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, but like what else are you guys into? Like what other things that spark your like what do you do for entertainment? Like what's your favorite comedy or are you even watch comedy shows? Like what are you into?
I loved it, Sammy. It looks so good.
And that's why I thought when he said constant acceleration, I thought he was like talking about like, you know, like keep moving forward.
We get it, Najla.
No, I know, but I was just saying like what else are you into? Like what comedies are you into or what do you do for entertainment? Or is this all you're into? Which I doubt. Angela, I don't have any. You guys are my entertainment. Other than that, I'm looking after animals, taking my granddaughter to school, or making sourdough. I love that, Angela.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love that.
I like.
She makes everything from scratch. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Yep.
Trish says Homestead Rescue. That sounds fun. I used to love watching like HGTV growing up, just people like fixing up dilapidated houses.
I like a little bit of everything.
33 NDB says Adam Sandler killed it at Rupp Arena the other week.
Oh, you went there
saw him
live? That's cool, man. I haven't been to a live
Really?
show or concert
He
in
did.
so
He
long.
had a new live stand up. Let's see. Seth Zim 30. Comedy kind of died. That is why we are here in the cusp of comedy. Cool.
There's some good things out there still, but
That was a great comment. He said that's
Yeah.
why he's here. I'll take it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Comedy has changed so much too. It's like what's considered comedy.
Callum Wilkinson said, okay, so we're not talking about flat earth anymore. So how about this? Deep fried ice cream or pancakes? Which one is it? Oop. 1 second.
Deep fried ice cream. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from controversial topics other than in a comedic sense. It's just not something that satisfies me. You know, I'm always down to listen to a good theory or conspiracy or whatever, or an idea, an alternative idea. So that's just because it's entertainment in itself. Like, and it helps you think outside the box a little bit. But as soon as things become red team, blue team, culty, on a mission to take another side down that disagrees, I just get bored and I'm like, I have other shit to do, you know. And I've also learned like it's just not worth it, man. But I'm so sick. I'm so deep into my feelings today. I'm sorry. um, I'm like, I just want to have a good time, but it's probably just because I don't feel good. I'd probably be into the details any other day. Yeah. Let me get the chat. See what you guys are saying. What's up, NDB? And Rachel. Hello. So what do you guys think? What the direction of where everything is going? You guys think it's cyclical and it's all the same shit, but it just feels different for for each section of your life. It all feels like it's always coming to a head. Like older people growing up were always like freaked out about politics and the end times and everything. Like, and as you're younger, just like all right, whatever. Then you get older and you start becoming that. But is it because the times are really, really starting to look like that, or is it because subconsciously, as you get older, you're gonna die one day, so everything gets a little more intense? Maybe. Like when my dad was alive, like the last couple, decade of his life or so, he was not interested in anything scary or violent, like in terms of movies, entertainment. He couldn't even touch anything close to that. Like he said he'd had too much of it, and he just like even grew more sensitive to it. And I wonder if that's what it's like. Is it like because like you're coming to a head, or is it he would say because the movies have gotten so much more intense, and art and music, art, movie industry, everything has gotten so much more violent and graphic and dark and twisted, and but I just feel like that shit's always been around. If it wasn't in media, it was in real life. You know. Yeah, I don't like scary movies either, particularly. All right, much love, Notch. Thank you for being here, man. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up soon as well. Like I've been saying, everything is everyone is sick in our house. Both, but also the boiling frog. Yeah, it seems like it's a little bit of everything, right, at this point, depending on where you are. And things have gotten way more graphic in general, but it is both. It's all cycles. I'm just sickly rambling. The circus script, is that what you're describing the realm as, Rachel, or the circus script is like a movie? Oh, thanks, Angela. Yeah, we like I said, like for next week we have. Hopefully we get better really soon. That we like for this week we had a bunch of stuff written out that we wanted to do that was like funny. We had like comedy sketches where we're gonna change the camera angle and like do some characters and interact with the live chat as characters, and we have other ideas and things like that. It's just I can't do voices or anything right now. Just really sick, yeah. So, anyways, the UN is going to take control of this country, Rachel said. Yeah, I mean, and you know what can we do about it? You know, if that is the case, right? Um, it'd be pretty easy to now. Everyone's just staring at a screen most of the time. But that's also the way the world is going. And then I have these other insights of like we have once our children turn a certain age, we let them use certain devices for certain things. But the allure they have is less than what adults have, I've noticed. And I don't know if because they've grown up just seeing everyone with phones and everything, and so it's no big deal to them. But they play with their toys and wrestle with each other and run around and go outside just as much as I did when I was little, in the 90s when cell phones didn't exist. So um it's just I think it's just becoming another fixture of reality that is also boring to them on a level. And it's just still such a new drug to us. And that's why, millennials are like just glued to it maybe. I noticed some people I work with are younger, or Gen Z, and I feel like they don't look at their phone as much as um, people my age at work.
Pancakes.
Pancakes over deep fried ice cream?
Yeah.
Really? Get out of
Well,
here.
I like ice cream, but I never understood like the hot fried stuff with the ice cold stuff. So I'm just like,
It's
I'll
like
have the ice
salty
cream
and
separate
sweet.
from the fried dough. I'll have the fried dough here and the ice cream over here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sourdough pancakes. That's interesting.
Where are my foodies? I love food.
Passing through. What's up, dude? Much love. You are passing through. I see by your comment. It's a cool comment. Much love. Yeah, guys, we're gonna get out of here soon. Please, like anything you like that we make. Like, we really wanna, if we can grow our channel, that we're gonna,
share with 5 people.
yeah, and subscribe, please. We wanna do this more often, and we can't if it doesn't grow or
Yeah.
it's
And we didn't even get to do anything we had prepared for today because
I
it
just
was,
talked
like,
about that.
totally
Yeah.
shot.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It was a great conversation. I like
Yeah,
hanging
I
out
had
with you
so much
guys.
fun talking to you
It's
guys.
Thank you guys so much for showing up and like being here and just talking to us and just hanging out, man. It's so hard. People are so not trusting nowadays.
Yeah.
Just, and like I said in the beginning of the stream, we were talking about that guy who has a whole video on how like he just trusts people more when they tell him to have a good day or have a nice day or how you doing.
Well, they know it's pleasantries. They don't actually mean it.
Right, but that's not the case for everyone.
That's true.
Right.
I mean it, and then other people don't like when I mean it.
Right. And I
They're
noticed
like, get
that.
your chipper behind out of here.
You're right, but I won't even be chipper. I'll just say have a good night. And some people like, roll their eyes at you.
Okay, get your genuine behind out of here. People don't like how genuine.
If now from now on, anyone that says like have a good night or have a good day, I'm just gonna look at them and say, get your shit together. With the pleasantries.
Mm-hmm.
With your pleasant ass. That's what I think I might start doing. No, but so anyways, yeah, people are just distrusting. So obviously it's easier to do it on the internet nowadays. And the whole thing with like kids and screens and everything, it is 2025. They are growing up in a world where they are everywhere. And kids want everything that they see. So you gotta find some way of moderation in it. Um, you know, you just do. You just do. And one of my children made leaps and bounds in learning how to talk using a specific technological device that he was not grasping things for a couple of
Otherwise.
years up until, you know.
Yeah, that was his main way of learning how to communicate and speak English.
Yeah, and we'd been to speech pathologists and
Yep.
done everything.
Top dollar.
Everything where they say early intervention type stuff. So it really depends, man. Everything is so case by case basis. And that's what's up.
Did you say hi to Rachel Revolution?
I did. Hi, Rachel.
Cool name. I like it. And she made waffles today. She's slaying.
Yeah.
Good job.
I did not make well. I spilled
I didn't make
coffee
waffles
on
today.
my middle son. It's the most I've done. And I've hung out with you guys.
We spilled coffee on Batman.
Yeah.
Action figures.
Yeah. I got Sammy. I got him wet, and I got all his Batman toys covered in coffee. So
I don't know what Callum's talking about.
he was really cool about it. Callum?
Look at his last comment.
I am so sick, y'all. Read some church, you idiots.
Hilarious.
Amen. Oh, that's hilarious, Callum. That's
Dude,
great.
it's so funny. So funny.
That's very funny.
Great way
It's
to wrap
Sunday
it up.
after all, don't you know? The first day of the week, the day of rest. God's day of rest, the first day of the week.
So, I don't know.
Do you think stoners made up that schedule?
Why?
Because they changed it. They made let's make the first day like a chill day.
This was always the first day.
And then the cult members came and was like, make sure you guys pay us your portion though on that same day. Everyone got together and was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll make money and we'll all relax. And then we'll start doing shit the rest of the week. And then we'll also take, God did say the last day. We'll also take Saturday because we're following God.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I love you guys.
Bye.
Say bye, Talia. Say bye-bye. Say bye. Oh, you give me kinetic sand? All right. Time to end the stream. They like you, Talia. Oh, she thinks, this is strictly a mirror to her. She has no idea about videos and live streaming. This is strictly a mirror. That's why she's combing her hair. And like, if you don't have a mirror, let her use the camera. All right. Much love, you guys. Thank you for being here.
Bye.
All right. We'll see y'all next week.
See you next week.
Sick or not. I don't know how to end this. There we go.